And now our brave heroes are off to discover the most secret of government secrets.
Cash is easy to get.
Haunted by your soul.
Starring John Neal,
I was pretty smart for second grade.
Kyle Noon,
My dad runs 13 miles a day, and he still looks fucking terrible.
and Everett Wood.
I admittedly have questionable morals.
Oh boy, oh boy. No. No.
So before we start talking about the Oscars, I'd like to point out that I only saw 2 of the nominations. That I only saw Get Out and Dunkirk.
For Best Picture.
For Best Picture.
What are the other nominations? Just read them out.
The Shape of Water,
I saw that. Fucking sucked.
Darkest Hour,
Didn't see it.
the Gary Oldman film.
Oscar bait.
Oscar bait. That's
Looks like
Dunkirk.
a generic history movie.
Yeah,
Historical fiction.
That's Gary Oldman in bad makeup right there. Phantom Thread.
Didn't see it, but it's Paul Thomas Anderson, so it's probably gonna be good.
It's not gonna suck.
Yeah.
At the very least.
And it's Daniel Day-Lewis. It's his last performance, I think. So until he becomes a cobbler, right? He's quitting acting and becoming a cobbler.
Is that what he said?
I think so.
If
That's a rumor,
like,
I think.
If that's like his hobby, then why not?
Yeah.
I mean, he's a fucking millionaire.
Right, he can do whatever the fuck he
Yeah,
wants.
if Daniel Day-Lewis enjoys making shoes, then yeah, go ahead.
Right. 3 Billboards.
I saw that. It was all right. It wasn't like great though.
Mhm,
Like, it's getting a lot better praise, I think, that it deserves. But we'll get to that. Finish reading.
Get Out, which was
That was
fantastic.
that was a great movie.
I thought
I
it
really
was
liked it.
amazing. The Post. Have no desire to see it.
Have no desire whatsoever to see it.
also
that's-
very Oscar baity.
Yeah, that's
But-
Steven
but
Spielberg.
Unlike The Darkest Hour, this one just looks fucking terrible.
Yeah, it's another.
It looks really bad.
Another press conspiracy.
Government is bad.
Yeah, the government is bad. We gotta leak this to the American public.
It has Meryl
kind of
Streep,
story.
which is a red flag. Usually her movies aren't good.
Do you like Tom Hanks?
Tom Hanks is alright, but
Yeah.
lately
I
it's like his movies are more miss than hit lately.
Oh, he's aging.
Like,
he's becoming an
what are
old
some
man.
examples?
What was the last movie you saw him in recently?
I couldn't tell. I mean, Sully came out, but I didn't see it.
Yeah, you didn't see it.
I saw
Charlie
like
Wilson's War. I saw it. I don't remember a single thing about it. I think I saw it. I don't know. I could be confusing
Love
it.
Catch Me If You Can. Wouldn't call that recently, but
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
a fantastic movie. Also, Steven Spielberg.
that was like 14 years ago.
There you go. Not
Charlie Wilson's
recently.
War was 10 years ago.
Was it? Fuck.
Yeah.
All right.
That was 07.
That was the beginning of the.
That's why I said I don't know how recently we're going, but
Yeah. I think that settles our point.
I saw the last like 30 minutes of Sully. I thought it was the most boring thing ever.
Yeah.
And it was Clint Eastwood too. I thought it was just boring.
Was he in that one about the trade with Russian spies or whatever? Bridge of Spies? Was that
Yes,
it?
Bridge of Spies.
It was Bridge of Spies.
Yeah, that
right?
was 2 years ago, right?
I heard that's like the
Yeah.
most boring movie ever
Yeah,
too.
that was Spielberg too.
Yeah, I heard it's just so boring.
I don't know. I
Like
can't
the whole
speak to
movie,
that.
the whole movie. I haven't seen it either, but it's like the whole movie is just okay, we're gonna trade spies. And then we traded spies, and that's it. Like the most
end.
the most interesting, exciting sequence I hear is in like the first 5 minutes when his plane gets shot down. That's it.
Still no desire to see it.
Yeah, there you go. Like, I have no desire to see any Tom Hanks movie that comes out now. So it's like he's fine. I don't have a problem with him, but it's like I don't want to watch any of his movies. So it's
Right.
like how good can I justifiably say he is?
Then Call Me by Your Name.
Yeah, I didn't see it. I
haven't
heard it's
seen it either.
good, but
Heard it's really good. Yeah.
But it's like it's about Army Hammer, and he has a gay romance in Italy with like his intern or something, and I just have no desire. I'm just not interested.
I think Timothy Chalamet is the lead. His father, and then Army Hammer's his father's
Friend or
grad
whatever.
student helper on some academic thing.
And the last one is Lady Bird.
It was
That I
alright.
saw.
It was a good movie.
I liked it quite a bit.
It was a solid film.
there's 9 nominations. You think that's a lot?
9? I mean, after 08, they bumped it up to 10 because
Right.
of The Dark Knight. Everybody's
Yeah.
like, The Dark Knight should have been nominated for Best Picture. It was the best movie that came out.
That's true.
But there was only room for 5 nominations.
So
So they bumped it up to, I think,
8,
a max of 10.
I think 8 is solid. I think 10
Yeah.
is a little much.
10 is a
that
little
that
much.
one felt like a little much. You could have gotten rid of the post, that's for sure.
The thing is, though, is that the people who vote on the Oscars, they're all like actors
Yeah.
and producers. They
Yeah.
all want to work with Steven Spielberg.
They all want like their
Right.
movie
Exactly.
be in there. That's why the best movies are never nominated, except for Mad Max Fury Road, which didn't win, but it was the best movie of the
It
year.
won like
It won
all
all
of
the
its
technical
technical awards,
It should have won
right?
every single award, even awards that it didn't qualify for. It should have won.
perfect
Best
movie.
documentary short, Mad Max Fury Road.
Best animated feature, best animated short.
They had enough CGI to qualify
Yeah.
for animated short, probably.
Just- Yeah.
I mean, they had a lot of practical
Mad Max
effects
Fury,
too.
yeah, Mad Max Fury Road like encapsulated every other film that year. Like the year was over after Mad Max Fury Road came out.
Thing is, though, is that like Mad Max
The year was
Fury
done.
Road was undeniable.
But yeah, that's
You
why
don't
yeah,
get movies
they had
that
yeah,
good
that's
that
the
are
only
outside
reason.
the typical Oscar movies.
Yeah, that's the
that-
Right,
only
right.
reason.
It was a blockbuster.
Yeah, that's the only reason it was nominated, though, is because it was undeniably the best film of the year.
Yeah.
It's like they have to at least give it a nomination. They gave it the Spotlight, which was okay, but it was no.
I
Mad Max.
liked it. I mean, it is an Oscar baity film when you think about it, but it doesn't play itself out that way so
Yeah,
much. I guess.
it's an Oscar bait film done effectively,
Right.
but it's no Mad Max Fury Road.
There are still scenes in Spotlight, though, that stick out to me. The scene in particular where the guy realizes that one of the child molesters he's investigating lives in his neighborhood and literally runs to his house.
Well, no, it wasn't.
That was a great scene.
No, actually, it wasn't the child molester lived in a house. It was the child molester rehab house was in his neighborhood.
Okay,
Where
well,
they-
that's even worse.
Yes.
So,
Yeah,
that was a
you're-
great scene, and I saw that movie probably 2 years ago, and I still
Yeah.
think about it sometimes.
I still haven't gone through it. You know, I
You
tried,
have to be in a specific mood, but
Yeah.
it's very dry.
and it was right
It
after.
makes me feel bad.
Yeah, it was.
You
right-
don't feel good at the end, even though like they
No.
they break the case and it gets released, but you don't feel good about it. You're just
Right.
like, oh,
Well, because you know it still happens.
yeah.
Like, that's what the end is.
Yeah, it's-
Spoiler alert, it still happens.
It's not really a spoiler. No, I think everyone knows.
Well, you're
Yeah.
spoiling life to know that child molestation still goes on in the Catholic Church,
Mm.
and they get away with it.
Yeah.
All right. So, the best actor nominees: Daniel Day-Lewis. No one saw that coming.
No.
Timothy Chalamet. Is that how you pronounce?
I don't
I
care.
think so.
From Call Me by Your Name. Was he the gay
Seems
intern?
right.
Probably.
No,
I
he's
don't
the
know.
kid.
He's the
the
kid.
son. He's the teenager.
He's the
Who-
gay son. He's
Who
the gay
has
son.
sex with Armie Hammer?
Yes.
I assume
Right.
so.
Okay.
I assume that's what happens.
Daniel Kaluuya.
Kaluuya. I think.
Kaluuya from Get Out.
Mm-hmm.
He was really good. He started in Skins, I think. That British show. I think.
I guess.
Was he?
I think he is.
He was
their
the black
friend, the
kid.
rapper friend.
Yeah, the South London
Okay, yeah.
guy.
I never thought about that, but now that you mentioned it,
Yeah. You're gonna watch Skins
that does
now?
look like it. I did watch all of season 1 that one time I
Oh,
was here.
that's the best generation. Season 1 and Season 2.
Yeah. I
Um,
liked season 3, but
Season 3.
the rewatch value is not as good as the first two.
Yeah, I can watch Skins Season 1 and 2 over and over again. But moving on. Denzel Washington.
For a movie I've never heard of.
Yeah, I haven't even seen it. Roman J. Israel.
Never heard of it.
Never
I have
heard
no
of it
idea what
either.
the fuck that is.
I don't know. And Gary Oldman, who won the Golden Globe for
Yeah.
The Darkest Hour.
I'd say Daniel Day-Lewis is just my inclination because it's his quote unquote last performance until his
Right.
next last performance.
Right.
But
I just don't think they'll give it to him because it'll be his fourth one.
yeah,
I
but
think probably Gary Oldman might be owed one a little bit, just
Right.
because I'm pretty sure he's only been nominated one other time, and he's arguably the best actor of his generation. I mean, it's like him and Daniel Day-Lewis, depending on what school of thought you go into about
I mean,
what makes a great actor.
Daniel Day-Lewis, if he wins, he'll go down as the GOAT
Of
Yeah.
film acting, yeah.
of film acting.
Yeah, that's I'm kind of inclined to say Daniel Day-Lewis will win
yeah.
best actor.
But
I
yeah,
see what you're saying about Gary Oldman. I
could see
don't
it
know.
being
I
any
don't
of
know
those.
if he put on weight for that role.
I can imagine that he did, unless that's all padding.
Probably, I mean.
It could be. I don't know.
Who knows?
A lot of it looks like makeup.
But yeah, Gary Oldman's a good actor. He deserves one. That's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I could honestly see it being anyone except for Denzel.
Yeah,
Denzel, I think, is
one's-
the only one who...
Once again,
Definitely
no one's
won't get
heard of that fucking movie.
Right, and
I
it's
have no idea what that is.
And
And
it-
I've been keeping up with like new films that come
Right.
out this year, and it's like I have no idea what.
We should probably state for the record, none of us are film critics.
We do. Let me just say, each one of us does have a degree in film,
Yeah.
which
Yes.
does sort of make us qualified to talk about it. We have the qualification.
we have studied the art of cinema.
Yeah. We are qualified to talk about this, I think.
and this Denzel.
Not about much else, but this I could say I actually have a
Yeah.
certificate saying that I am
I know more
knowledgeable.
about film than the average person.
Yes.
I can say that definitively.
So sit down, sir, and shut up. I'm talking about film here.
Let
I
me
have an
talk.
extension-
Let me speak.
I have an extensive Criterion collection.
It's not even that.
I know what I'm talking about.
It's not that extensive.
It's over 10. I have
Okay.
over 10 Criterion.
That's true. The
It takes up a
average,
shelf.
the average person doesn't buy DVDs or movies anyway, so we have more than the average.
But yeah, anyway, I don't think this Denzel Washington movie got much press, like compared to Fences last year. That
Yeah.
got a lot of press,
Fences, though, that is a classic
Right.
play.
and he directed that as well.
Yeah.
You know,
And it reunited him and Viola Davis.
Plus,
in
that was
the roles
like-
that they did.
Plus,
in-
that was like his first like big acting part was in Fences when he was younger. That's why.
Yeah,
that's why
that's-
he did it.
that's how he
gave,
first
he gave
started.
like his speech. Like you've seen that
Yeah.
speech where he talks about how Fences like changed the course of his career.
all right. Moving on to actresses.
Okay, we're not going to go through every single category, are we? Let's just go through.
Let's
the top
go through the main ones.
Yeah,
The
we can skip
big
best act. We
five,
can
I
skip
guess.
Yeah.
Okay, whatever.
Well, not screenplay, not screenplay.
Now, okay.
Oh, I just want to say, before we leave actor entirely, no James Franco.
Yeah.
People say
Realize
that he
that.
didn't get nominated because of his sexual misconduct allegations against him. That's what people are saying,
I
but
mean-
like, I think he won the SAG award for Best
Mm-hmm.
Actor,
Yeah.
and he won the Golden Globe, but he did not get nominated
You know
for
what I
the
think?
Oscar.
You know what I think? I think they just didn't want James Franco to bring Tommy Wiseau to the Oscars. That is too much for
That's
the
true.
Academy to handle.
That's-
he brought
that's
him
more-
he brought him to the Golden Globes, and that was too much.
Yeah.
I think
That was.
they don't want Tommy
I won't
Wiseau
say
giving a
that
speech
wasn't
at the
it.
Oscars.
But I think
I
Tommy's
would
going to
love
be
to see
there
it.
still.
Oh, I hope so. I hope so.
He's-
I'm not going to watch the
There-
Oscars because I just want to say I just found out that Jimmy Kimmel is hosting it, and I'm just like, oh god, that sounds painful. You'll probably break down in tears halfway through, cry about Cecil the Lion or some shit. So I'm
Yeah,
not going to watch it.
I
Also, I refuse to just like sit and watch dumb actors talk down to me. So I don't want to give them the fucking ratings boost.
I stopped watching the Oscars live because, you know, it's just.
I don't care. I could just look
Yeah.
up the awards as they're
Exactly.
happening while I'm doing something more important.
Exactly.
Yeah, all
Just
the big moments.
Skip all the bullshit.
Yeah. And then you just find out about the moments later and you YouTube them and you can laugh at them.
Right.
So if Tommy Wiseau comes up and makes a speech, then you can just YouTube that.
Like last year, that whole thing with
The Best Picture,
Yeah, the best-
snafu.
that was up at like 3 a.m.
Yeah, it's done by like an hour after the Oscars are.
Yeah, it's crazy nowadays.
That, though, I do wish I watched live a little bit.
Yeah, so you can
That was
just
the one thing.
be in shock.
Because I think last year was the first time that I didn't watch the Oscars live.
Mm-hmm.
And then that happened. And I was like, fuck, I kind of wish I watched the Oscars live.
Remember that time in college where we watched the Oscars all together, and it's all just bullshit.
I was not there. I think I was sick.
Oh,
I was
yeah.
home for
Yeah.
that weekend.
I
But
do
I
remember.
heard about
Yeah.
it.
Yeah,
We made fun of our one friend, and he got really upset, and he left.
Yeah, because he liked like a really girly
He
movie.
he liked Wild,
Yeah.
and we all
I'm not
started.
gonna lie, I saw Wild and I thought it was really good.
Yeah, no,
I read the book. The book is pretty good.
I saw the
but I never
trailer,
saw
and the
movie.
trailer kind of looked pretty good too. But it's so funny to make fun of him.
No,
for
it was
saying
fun to
it.
make fun of him. Honestly, like,
And he got so offended, and he left, and we didn't realize that he left until like 20 minutes later. Like, yeah, where'd he go?
Where'd he go?
Oh, he got upset because we said he was on his period or something because he liked Wild.
I kind of wonder what would have happened if I was there. Like, I don't know if I would have. I would have said I saw Wild. I also thought it was really good, but I also
Get out.
probably would have joined in in making fun of him for liking Wild.
I think I might have like after he went upstairs all upset. I think I might have said like, to be fair, Wild did actually look like a decent movie. It probably was really good.
I thought it was good.
But I still wouldn't say that in a room full of guys.
Well, I would, but like I wouldn't get offended if people
cares?
make fun of me.
yeah, that's true.
That's just broing down.
Throwing down.
That's what men do.
Look, like, we're all friends.
Right. Exactly.
I don't remember anything
This is
else.
me.
I don't
I
remember.
like the movie Wild.
I guess he didn't know that we were all fucking around.
I don't remember anything else about those Oscars. I think Birdman won that year.
Birdman
Like,
won
who
that
cares?
year.
Who cares?
Yeah.
Like really, and I'd say, who cares who wins the best?
Robin
picture?
Williams had this great thing about winning an Oscar. He said for about 2 weeks, people were like, hey, Good Will Hunting, way to go. And then about 3 weeks after the ceremonies, people were just like, hey, Mark!
Yeah, I mean, it's
Fisher King, hey!
it's an industry awards ceremony. They have it for like every industry. Like
Yeah.
insurance salesmen have their
Exactly.
awards ceremony. They have awards for porn. They
Yeah.
have a
Yeah.
film festival for porn and Oscars for porn. I kind of want to watch those. I kind of want to see like
That'd be interesting.
yeah, like that would be way more entertaining than the actual Oscars.
Do they televise that? Those?
Probably not.
on somewhere.
Maybe on like the Playboy channels that you have to like order.
Maybe.
You can probably YouTube them.
Maybe.
Ah,
but I know
do I
like
It's
wanna
called
do
the
it.
Woody Awards.
the Woody Awards, yeah. Like I know that like YouTube stars have awards now. It's called like the Webbies
Yeah.
or whatever. It's
Yeah, yeah, no,
every
no.
channel has one now.
Well, that's what I'm saying. There's awards for every industry.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, I would love to watch the porn industry awards. Like, think how much more funny and entertaining they are than the Oscars.
Just the categories,
yeah,
like best cum shot.
Yeah.
That is for sure a
best
category.
best newcomer.
Best newcomer.
Best
yeah.
newcomer.
I get it. I see where you
In
went there.
more ways than one.
But yeah,
Like, I also want to know
best
what they.
director for porn.
Yeah, I want to know what the qualifications are to win a porn best picture. I guess the story has to play a major part in like what.
Yeah. No.
I mean,
There's got to be best porn parody.
yeah.
yeah, that'd be best adapted screenplay for porn. That'd be the best adapted screenplay.
I wonder what would be like a great movie that the movie itself was just all right, but the porn parody is fucking incredible.
I was when I was working over summers, me and my friends invented a system where it's like we're going to make Hollywood porn parodies of big blockbusters before the blockbuster comes out.
Like
So
in spite.
therefore Hollywood would be parodying our porn parody of their movie.
Genius.
You could do
We'll
that
totally
for,
revitalize the system. We see like a trailer
You
for a
could
movie.
actually logistically do that with like the Marvel Cinematic Universe because they announce what movies they're doing years in advance.
Right.
So
So it is feasible in a way.
Mm-hmm.
feasible,
Feast.
as in feces-able.
That's a stretch, Kyle.
There'll be lots of shitting on people's chests in the Marvel Cinematic porn parody universe.
Speaking of,
That'd be in Black Panther too.
Black Panther.
we've had this debate before. How much money and under what circumstances would it take for someone to take a shit on your chest? Like, what is the lowest amount of money that you would accept? And then, like, what are the parameters? Like, logistically, what happens?
I think I said like $1,500 a day.
Yeah, so
You know?
that's the daily.
That's the daily.
Okay,
So the
for
daily
one time,
works-
for one time.
Yeah, for one time, it's got to be way higher.
I would
Oh,
do
way
it.
higher
I would
than
do
that.
it for $5,000 if it's a quickie.
If it's a nice shit.
If it's a quick shit.
If
Like,
it's a
if
nice
it's quick
solid
for
shit,
one
shit.
time.
that I can just immediately take a shower after.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can
Like,
take
if,
a shower.
If it takes me less than an hour to be there, be done, and like
And
cleaned
leave.
cleaned up and be on my way with the day, I'll do it for $5,000.
But I have to get paid in cash,
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
You don't want.
and
That's
half before and half upon completion.
That's a fair point. Because
Yes.
it's also with checks, it'll say what the check is for at the bottom, and
Yeah.
I don't want to go to the bank teller and be like, for pooping on me.
Yeah, you don't want that to be on your bank statement right there.
Especially
Even
since-
if it says something like services, like that's still kind of weird.
That's sketchy right there. It'd be like
personal services.
But yeah, I think if it was a daily thing, we said every single day, and then as soon as you stop, it's over forever.
Right.
I think mine was $1,000 a day.
Yeah. Yeah, and like there's an hour window.
I would do it
Right.
for I'd say 1,200, and I would do it. I feel like in the morning would be the best time.
Yeah, because then
Morning,
you have the
yeah.
whole rest of your
Yeah,
day
yeah,
to do
yeah.
stuff. Like,
You
you
wash
don't want it
up
at
and-
like 3 o'clock.
Yeah, you don't want it in the middle of the day, obviously.
Right, no.
Because then, like,
you don't
whatever
want
you're
it-
doing, you're like, oh, I have to leave.
Yeah, you
Where
don't
are you
want
going? I have to. Someone's taking a shit.
Yeah, you don't
Yeah.
want to. You don't want to interfere with your schedule. But if you do it like at like between 7 a.m. and 8 a.m.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't want to waste your lunch hour.
Yeah, exactly.
Anytime
God.
after 10 o'clock, I feel like is inconvenient.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It is.
precisely.
But-
You just want to get it out of the way.
Yeah, I think $1,000 a day for me is the lowest I would go.
Mm-hmm. But then you're gonna have the goggles and like
Well, it's
maybe
it's
gloves.
in a contract, so and there's also a non-disclosure agreement,
Right.
obviously, that the lawyers also sign. Whoever wrote up the contract,
At
but
an
it's on the
undisclosed
torso
location.
reason.
Also,
Yeah, the torso.
Specifically
also
the
at
abdomen.
an undisclosed location. I don't want this happening at my place.
No, you have to go to whatever weirdo
Yeah.
likes this, pays for it.
there needs to be a
You, have,
tarp.
you go to their apartment.
Yeah.
Well, if it's in your apartment,
I don't.
care.
I don't care where it is. I was just thinking about that. I was like, would
It's
there
not
be a
in my
tarp?
place.
I'm like, well, it's not my place, so
Right.
why?
Like a tile floor is fine.
So the neighbors don't judge.
You're like, bitch, she's paying me $1,000.
Yeah, I'll laugh at the neighbors. I'm
Yeah,
like,
right.
Hey, man, I just did.
I'll
less
just
than-
fan myself off with the $1,000
Yeah.
and all 20s.
I just
that I'm
Exactly.
did one hour's worth of getting shit on. Less than an hour. I did 1 hour's worth of work, I guess technically, and got $1,200 for it, or however much we settle on.
I would also like, if it's a daily thing, I would also like assurances that I will never be audited.
You looked into this. I can tell.
Well, you just gotta think. Because if the IRS is like, where'd you get, because say you do it for a month.
Right.
The IRS is like, where did you get $30,000?
Yeah.
That's a fair point. Would they
you got a
be
money
taking
launder.
taxes out of it?
Yeah, I want assurances that it's tax free
Mm-hmm.
and I will never ever be audited.
Yeah. That's a good point.
Because then even if you get the assurance that you'll never ever be audited, ever, then even once you stop, you can go fucking crazy and it still won't matter because you'll never ever be audited.
Yeah.
So that's where I'm at with this. This is the part where we ask the important questions
Exactly.
on our
This is
podcast.
the part where you run away.
This actually reminds me that I have to pay my taxes soon. have to
Yeah, I
ask
know.
for my
I've been
W-2.
waiting. I've been waiting for my W-2s to come in the mail,
Yeah.
and they still have not shown
Yeah.
up.
Like my company is like, W-2 forms are now available online. I look, nothing. I'm like, okay, gotta email the payroll.
I think they come out this week or next week. It might be next week. Actually.
Yeah, it's either this week or next week, and I'm looking
Taxes are due in
April, right?
Yeah.
I usually get mine done in February though.
But
So-
back on topic.
Yes.
Do you think porn parodies have best actors, best screenplay? Well,
Oh,
they would
definitely.
be best. Would there be a separate award ceremony for porn parodies? You think?
No, I think porn parody is just its own category, and
Yeah.
an actor and actress that all just kind of blends in with.
What would
regular
make?
porns.
Yeah. So what would make the best picture of porn?
Well, if it's all online, then you gotta think that whatever gets the most views.
If it's
is
an all-star
an
cast.
instant-
I would think like
It probably works the same way that the Oscars do, honestly.
yeah.
I would think it'd be whatever's the most compelling porn video that they have. Like, what's something that people watch, and then after they're finished beating off and the sex scene is over, they keep
They're still
watching. They
fascinated.
keep watching because they have to know how the story ends. To
I-
quote Burt Reynolds in Boogie Nights.
I turn it off right away, so I can.
I just
you
watch
know,
the clips.
Just think. Just think
You
about
have to.
what I
You have
did.
to. You have to let. You have to let the story sink in.
Yeah.
After you're done watching the movie, you're like, "Wow, that was deep," and then you're like, "Oh, I have to clean up."
Yeah, and I gotta embrace the shame.
That
I
made me.
just
That made me
created.
think so much about life. Did he fix her air conditioner?
I climaxed before the climax.
That reminds me, one of my favorite lines in any movie is in The Big Lebowski when Julianne Moore, she's showing the dude the porn that her stepmother Bunny is in.
Yeah.
And then the guy comes over, he's like, I've come to fix the air conditioner. And then she just turns at him, she goes, the story is ludicrous.
You can imagine where it goes from here. He fixes the television.
Oh, man.
Good movie. Good movie. Is
Well-
that nominated for anything?
The Big Lebowski?
Yeah.
No, I don't think
Oh,
so.
dude, that's a cult classic.
Right.
People hated it when it came out.
Yeah.
That's
I think
crazy.
it. I think it went totally under the radar. Yeah,
Mm-hmm. Still one of the funniest Coen Brother movies.
it's
Definitely.
quintessential.
Yeah. It's one of
If
the
you had to
classics.
rank Coen Brothers movies,
Mm-hmm.
like top 5,
Put
Fargo.
Fargo as one.
Fargo's-
then No Country for Old Men.
Yeah.
Big Lebowski for me.
Big
Big
Lebowski.
Lebowski would be in top 5, I guess.
Oh, Brother, Where Art Thou?
I'd put Raising Arizona in top 5.
I would put A Serious Man fourth. Have you ever seen A
Really?
Serious
Well,
Man?
I've seen it.
It's pretty high.
I like it. And then Burn After Reading.
I love Burn After Reading.
Yeah.
That's
Pretty
pretty
funny
probably
film.
the most underrated, I think.
Definitely.
Well,
Like, there's just some shit in it that's just so funny.
That's because like normal people don't get it.
Yeah.
People who
Think
don't
so.
aren't qualified in film like we are don't understand Burn After Reading.
So if you
No, stupid people don't get it.
take anything from this episode, just it would be this: Burn After Reading is a good film.
I would
And-
also say, don't watch the Oscars. Watch the Oscars for porn
The Woody Awards.
Right.
if you can find them.
I think you'll be more entertained.
I
You
feel
can
like
probably
it'll be,
find
especially
the clips on YouTube.
especially with Jimmy Kimmel hosting it. God,
I think Jimmy Kimmel's fine.
if he doesn't start crying like a bitch.